Makes no sense. All right, our first guest today is Mr. Phil Noble. Mr. Noble, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Fine. And I believe you and I have met before.
I think we have met. Yes, indeed, we met before somewhere along the line. I'm not sure exactly where, but I suspect more times than one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I know exactly who you are. But you're a candidate for governor. Let me, before we actually get into your positions, your thoughts on what happened yesterday in Florida, and do you believe there's anything that can be done to stop this kind of gun violence? We've had 18 school shootings this year.
Yeah, it's Barack Obama said the single worst thing you had to do was go out and make a statement after these shootings, and they're awful. It's just got to be one of the worst things that is imaginable for a community. I remember when we had all the Emanuel 9 shooting here in Charleston, and the way the community responded. It's really one of those issues where I think that there is no middle ground. You're either with the NRA and the gun folks, or you're with decent people who abhor the shootings and want to do things to stop it. And that's really the division in politics these days, is, those who are apologists for the NRA, those who are supported by the NRA, and those who prevent legislation that will have some impact. Again, you can't control people. You can't, take all the guns away, and nor should we take everybody's gun away. But we can do something about assault weapons. We can do things about background checks. There are a whole host of things we can do, but the problem is, both nationally and here in South Carolina, we got a bunch of politicians that are scared to death. They're scared of the shadow, and they won't stand up and do the right thing. And, there are people in this race, in my race, in the Democratic primary, in the general election, who will not stand up to the NRA. And, I think that's simply, when you start having school shootings the way we do, it's gone far, far beyond being political issues to being moral issues.
All right, Mr. Antoine Seawright is here, and he'll take over from here. Antoine?
Hey, Phil, how are you?
Hey, how are you, Antoine?
I'm good. I am probably like you and a lot of other people who may be listening to this program, very aggravated, frustrated, and quite frankly just fed up. Phil, did you know yesterday was day 45 of 365 days of the 2018 year, and the world witnessed the 18th school shooting of 2018 in Florida, and our thoughts and prayers are with them. You live in Charleston, and so you and I both experienced what we experienced 3 years ago with the killing of 8 people, including my friend and business associate, Senator Clemente Pinckney. And so it's just it's been a frustrating day. And Phil, I'm sure I caught your tail end of your comments, but I'm also sure you know that in this country we live in, a 19-year-old can buy an assault rifle like an AR-15, like the one was used yesterday, but a 19-year-old cannot rent a car, which is just pretty all right disgusting.
Oh, it's beyond disgusting. It is beyond disgusting. And the only reason it's happening, is because the politicians in this state, in this country, allow it to happen in terms of the laws they support and the laws that they won't support that'll make a big difference. And I think and again, as I was saying as you came in, I think at some point when you start talking about shooting of children, that we've moved beyond just political issues into moral issues and issues of character. And I think that's the thing we've got to deal with, and we've got to accept. It's not just another issue. It's not just another political this or political that. This is about the lives of children.
Well,
the lives of children.
Well, you hit it right. And if a 19-year-old can't buy wine or either rent a car, they surely do not need to have an AR-15. But Phil, what you probably may or may not know is just a few minutes ago on the floor of the South Carolina Senate, Greg Gregory, Republican from Lancaster, called for the ban of assault weapons in South Carolina, a Republican. He and Senator Marlon Kempson, a dear friend and someone I work with, have a pending bill in the General Assembly in committee that will essentially extend the time for a background check or close the Charleston loophole. And so he took to the floor along with Senator Marjorie Bright Matthews, the wonderful senator from Colleton who replaced Senator Pinckney in the state Senate when he was killed, Senator Kempson and others, and called for the ban of assault weapons. And so the pressure will be on not just the Republicans and not just the Democrats, but will be on boys and girls, men and women, children of all ages to decide what they want the future of their country to be. And I tweeted this yesterday, last night. I said, for parents, hold your children a little tighter. Remind them the world won't get any better if we just let it be. And that's kind of where we are in this country, Phil Noble, and appreciate you offering yourself for the state's highest office. But for people who don't know you, tell us a little bit, tell us the elevator speech about Phil Noble.
The elevator speech. Well, I live in Charleston. I have a business and technology consulting firm. I was born in Greenville. My family is from a little crossroads town in McCormick, South Carolina, rural South Carolina. And I've been living here in Charleston for 35 years. I've started a number of nonprofit groups, the Palmetto Project, that has done a lot of innovative projects around healthcare, race relations. They do Obamacare sign up. One of the projects we started was about encouraging people to register and vote. When you go vote, you get a little sticker that says, I have voted. And if you look real close under that, you'll see the Palmetto Project logo. And that was one of the projects we've started. It's had a significant impact on getting more people, reminding people to vote. We started another project to provide thousands of laptop computers in some of the corridor of shame schools, some of the worst performing schools.
Not far away, we're back with more on Urban Scene. We're going back to the phone line. We have Democratic candidate for governor Phil Noble on the phone. Phil.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Somehow we got disconnected there.
The Russians are trying to hack the radio station, man.
That's right. That's right. Or something.
There you go.
You never know.
But you were telling us you were giving us the elevator speech version. I think you might have been almost finished with who Phil Noble is.
Yeah, I was talking about the thing that I'm proudest of that I've done over the last 30 years or so is worked in local communities on healthcare projects and race relations projects and projects to help elderly folks and all sorts of things that have made a real difference in people's lives. And I've seen that, we are a great state and we just got enormous potential, but we are being prevented from doing the things we need to do, from having a world-class education, even a decent education system, because we've got this broken and corrupt and dysfunctional government in Columbia that's just become the barrier. It's the problem in this state. This is a great state. The state is not broken, but our politics is broken.
Well, that's right, but you know what, Phil? I always tell people elections have consequences, and when we don't show up to vote, the break becomes even steeper or deeper, however you want to say it, and that's the problem. So, Phil, why should people vote for you?
Well, I think it's really pretty simple. If you're happy with the way things are in South Carolina, if you're happy with a school system that's fits it, if you're happy that we've got a healthcare system that leaves a lot of people just out of it, if you're happy with the utility corruption scandal that's going to cost you $7,000, you and your family, $7,000. If you're happy with that, then fine. Just vote for, one of the state house politicians, Democrat or Republican, that are running, or vote for, corporate lawyers and lobbyists and those folks who have run our state in the ground. If you're happy, then vote for one of them. But if you want something fundamentally different, if you think we can have a radically better school system, if you're willing to take on the fight to say we've got to change this corrupt system, we've got to return the power to the people and just let the people run this state instead of the utilities, then there's really only one candidate, and I think I'm it.
And Phil, the election is when?
It is June 12th.
And filing will be when?
I think it's 1st of April. I'm not sure when it is, but I'm sure somebody will tell me, and I'm sure I'll show up and file as soon as I can.
And this will be the first time that South Carolina will have joint ticket, meaning the governor and lieutenant governor run as a joint ticket, and other than in the past where we've had separate tickets for that. Have you decided on who your running mate will be?
No, I hadn't. I've been talking to some folks, a lot of interesting folks. My preference would be to pick a woman. Women have been shut out of this state for so long. No, I haven't. But you'll know it when I do.
That sounds
if you got a candidate, you got somebody you think would be good, send me an email, Phil@philnoble.com, and tell me about it.
Well, Don Price might be good, man. You never know.
No.
You wear a skirt, Don, or you qualify as a woman?
Definitely not that.
Phil, if people want to reach you or your campaign who are listening to this program, how could they reach you?
Yeah, the website is philnoble.com. And they can just send me an email, Phil@philnoble.com. Anytime, I'd love to hear from you. And, and the most important thing, like you've been saying, is for people to vote. Nothing ever changes if people don't vote. And that's the fundamental issue that is more important than any one candidate or any one party.
That's so true, Phil. I know we are doing a short version of this interview, but we will have you back, and we will offer the same opportunity for your two opponents to spend 19 or 20 minutes on the urban scene to be fair and balanced, and also for any of the Republican candidates who wish to come on this program, because we are a bipartisan program, and we tend to try to stay in the middle on most issues, and so we will offer the same for them. And I want to thank you for offering yourself to serve in the state's highest office at the highest level, and good luck in the Democratic primary in June.
Thank you. I do appreciate it.
Thank you.